Coach, you talked about wanting to be exposed. Did you see any of that in your private scrimmage you had?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just about what we expected it would be. A lot of new guys playing a lot of new roles, even the veterans. And, I thought both teams played really hard, so I thought both teams got a lot out of it. And obviously, by rule, we're not allowed to comment about, the specifics of it, but we certainly got done what we wanted to get done. We've got to get better, and that doesn't surprise me. I mean, I think this is a team that will get better throughout the season because it was our first game as a team against an opponent, like the first time. And you think about, again, even in the last few years, if you get 30-something games under your belt, you come back for a sophomore, and then you get 60 games under your belt. It was our first game. Friday night will be our second game. Now, the game Friday night against Eckerd, we're obviously going to be physically superior. They've got good size and they run good stuff. But the test will be much greater against Georgia Southern on Tuesday. So just to provide a perspective, we're a very competitive scrimmage against Troy, and they're picked in the lower half of their league, the Sun Belt. And we've got two games against Sun Belt opponents, Georgia Southern and South Alabama. Those guys are picked 1-2. So each week as we go through things, we're just going to have to continue to grow. And I thought the effort was really good, so there was nothing wrong with our effort. We just lacked for execution, particularly in the offensive end. Probably spent more time teaching the defense in this preseason than I have with the offense. And so we'll have to do a better job of just really even understanding. Like, you have to understand it before you can even begin to execute it. And so there's so much of understanding. Why do we call that play? Not just where do you go on that play, but why do you go there, and what are you looking for, and what are the different ways the defense can take that away? It just takes time. So, ready or not, here it comes. We got Devin Cambridge back to practice yesterday. First practice he's had in a few weeks. And it was good to have him back. He practiced well. I'll play him some on Friday night, so it'll be his first action. And Devin has got one of the freshmen that has a chance to be in our top 9 in the regular rotation. So him missing a good 2 or 3 weeks of the last few weeks is going to set him back, because the last few weeks have been so important in practice because we got a lot of our stuff that's in. So, but he's catching up. So it's good to get him back.
Is he a wing or is he placing forward?
He's a wing. He's a wing. He's a big wing, and he can play the 2 or the 3 at 6'6", 6'7", and he's got enough quickness and speed to be able to guard the position, and he's got a chance to be a really, really good player. He's really talented.
You mentioned some new roles for your veterans.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of those things you're asking them to do that maybe they didn't do before?
Well, I mean, like Javon's got to run the team. I mean, he's our starting point guard, and he goes from backing up to have the keys to the kingdom, and he's handling it well. He's going to face some adversity. How does he handle that? Samir goes from option 4 to option 1 or 2 at times when he's on the floor. Danjel becomes a starter, not the guy behind Chuma. I think that Anthony and Austin will both return inside, and I think they'll both play better. We could be stronger at the position because it's their senior year, and and of course then the rest of them are all new.
Will you play Anthony and at both the 4 and the 5?
We actually will play Anthony at some 4 and 5. Yes, we will. So for the first time in their careers, Austin and Anthony will play some together.
Bruce, what are you expecting out of Danjel this year?
I think Danjel can have a breakout year from the standpoint of, you remember his freshman year not long ago. He was our best player. He was our best player his freshman year. And played like it until he got hurt against Ole Miss and early in the SEC season. And that really set us back. And it set him back. Danjel is a difficult matchup for the opponent. He can guard multiple positions, gives us a lot of flexibility, gives me a ton of flexibility as a play caller too, because he can do so many things as a passer, as a playmaker, and as a shooter. So it's just great to have him in the position that he's in. Our front line is obviously really experienced. So it's easy to put the ball in Jared or Bryce's hands. It's easier to put the ball in guards' hands. It's harder to put the ball in your front line's hands because you got to get it to them, and you got to get it to them in advantage, disadvantage positions. It's easier to get the ball to Jared than it was to Bryce, or it's easier to get it to Javon than it would be to Samir, because they still got to get it to the guard to make him happen. And that's the great challenge. Having a good quality front line is a great advantage, but you need other players to be able to handle it, space it, touch it, reverse it, enter it, to be able to take advantage of what you can do on the inside. So it's not as easy as just, I can give you the ball. Here's the ball. Go make a play.
Does Javon have that? Does Javon have that?
He does. Yeah,
okay.
Javon does, and I think one good thing about his play was he was aggressive shooting it, and Javon can't shoot the ball, and so that's going to be you'll see that aspect of his game more is him shooting it. In fact, if anything, I'll probably be yelling at him. He's not shooting it enough.
What do you think of, I don't know, you may have already been here, but if you drove up and saw the banner.
I just saw it. Wow, man, that's awesome. I mean, that thing is. We'll see that from the football stadium on Saturday night. You know, and that's just. You got Charles Barkley and a Final Four sitting out in front of our building at Auburn Arena. I mean, that's just. We got the statue. You know, that's just. I'm proud. I'm so proud of that. You know, and then to come in here, and I think the other thing that people will notice is we've got our women's Final Four banners up now too, and that's great. You know, because how many of our women's programs have been to the Final Four, you know, and it's a great program separator for Coach Flo, and because it's a bit of a separator for us now too. So I'm very pleased, and of course we won't have a ceremony. The banners are up, and people can look at them, but we're way past the ceremonial stage. We got a lot of work to do to become a good basketball team.